Well, hello people, it's Benitnat, I am TGP, back with another drawing process, and sorry for again disappearing for a week. I mean, okay, my YouTube said it's been 1 week, well, because again, I guess YouTube go 14 days until it's each 2 weeks. And again, actually, man, I think I could manage this drawing a little bit faster because it was not so complicated, but I mean that there's lots of drawings which were pretty simplified. But again, like lazy days, and again, most I would say lazy days with montage in the video and accordingly commenting on the drawing process. Like I would say, it was the most problematic and most lazy dayness of them all. So I'm continuing my main dwellers by, I will check the names, AJ, Make Art, and main dwellers again representatively. So continue doing this challenge. I know it's already not May, but bloody hell, I hate deadlines, and I bloody do like those challenges. And to be fair, man, I bloody like those challenges. It's like a game. Like, you know, in game, like, there's different people who play those games and they have their own emotion, their own opinion, and their own unique way of playing. Like, you pick your own class, you pick your own strategy, and that stuff. Yeah, I like those challenges because, again, they can show people imagination and you could just watch some nice art. And yeah. So on this note, let's just get to the main dwelling and let's see what I made here. So we're starting with vessel demon called Ras'Thera or slash the penny shine, like Ras'Thera being the demon, penny shine being the body. So for idea, it was pretty simplified. Like I want to make a demon who possesses the body, and something like Chainsaw Man, the blades would just appear from its skin. And yes, operation again, Chainsaw Man, the anime slash manga which I started watching right now. Well, I mean, I first started watching anime, then started watching manga because I couldn't wait until anime get the plot. Plus, you know, sometimes anime and manga is a bit different. Different enough for me to watch. Like, that's... okay, man. That's CGI, which again in manga will not be existing. Although... oh, bloody hell, I actually remember there was Overlord Chibi manga. I'm not sure is it canon or not, because with some mangas it's hard to tell which canon is not. But it was... and plus, again, I think in Japan there's literally a type of manga which is basically other people project fanfics like this. Which again can be sold on the shop, which is again, either it's a fact I misunderstand, or it's actually a real fact, like freaking Japan for fanfics. But although maybe they can't, maybe not exactly sell, maybe they just can be placed and someone can just grab them. And then, I don't know, support creators on Patreon slash that stuff. Oh, I just don't know. So for this idea, like most of those drawings I just come up with ideas and then start figuring out what I want to do with them. So like, for example, I have no idea how I want to penny look. Like most I just think about a bunch of scars and blades for ears, or blades for horns. But then start to figure out the shape, the things. So I decided to turn her very slender figure. Because again, she like kinda dried off the blood. Like because first of all those blades are cutting her flesh and then they open up. And they bleeding and they freaking waiting on the blood on her body. And most of her personality, I think like Penny already dead, like she's died a couple of years ago, and Vessel Demon just need a host body because that's how he function, and he just inside of the body right now. But don't think he even have the real form, just maybe the concept which can be then the right peer. And for close it was pretty hard for me to figure, because first of all, I tried to create this melt well challenging unique universe with its own rules and that stuff, and I think it will be a combination of the, I would say, 90s, okay, not exactly 90s, because of the past era with those flip phones and jeans and this stylistic. I won't say exactly 90s because I cannot exactly tell how 90s will look, because I have a different 90s than anyone else. I have to figure out what exactly time period is 90s to be fair, because I'm like really bad with times and definition of times. But again with some magic elements. And for clothes, man, I originally was thinking between both. There's something like a holy woman with the dress and whiteness and bloody holiness, or this normal girls in normal clothes. Come up with the idea of normal clothes. But again we'll make lots of those stairs and those opening in the clothes like it's freaking ripped. Again with ribs, man, I really was thinking about making them exactly the same, but then figuring out that's not how ribs work, so I decided to change them a little bit on some hands. Like one will be piece here, one piece on the jeans, and one jeans completely be missing. Now for personality, I would say basically just simple demon who hate humans, think they're pathetic, and just want to terrorize some people. Like basically very stereotypical demon. And again, let's say he's not even that smart, I would say he's kind of way too childish. Now for the body, again decide to do to the scarring, like for example the hair will be missing, the skin will be pale, and horns. Now for powers, I guess again Chainsaw Man, the blade will just appear from wherever the body they appeared. But I think Chainsaw Man is only the head, the arms and legs. Well, in her case they will appear everywhere. That's why she has so many scars, because again the blades appear the scar in the skin. But also would say that her eyes also would have those scars, like the eyes are completely blind, she cannot see with them. But the vessel demon, the knife demon only see by the blades. Like the blades function the eyes. They like very good eyes which can see from all direction. Like it's 30-degree vision. Wait, no, 50 degrees. I think it's when the neck twisting and like breaking point. Although is it full circle? Nah, it's full circle I think. So yeah, basically full degree vision plus some blades. Whenever the blades appear, it will be like the 30-degree eyes. So for that stuff, is any other fact I want to say? Well, mostly, man, for Penny I didn't think about any personality or history, like she just be dead body which Night Demon possess. And which he bloody use. But I'd say maybe she is pretty famous and pretty well known. But I would not say the Night Vessel is pretty known, because again, no one exactly sees his body, and no one exactly knows that he exists, so he's like with this type of demon, which again, just a simple demon who have a nice gimmick but not very famous. I guess that'll be his case. I mean, I would not say he like hunting for famousness, but he just want to live and do whatever he wants. So like famous is not the stuff he care about. And is there anything else I want to say? Well, yeah, the way I did the drawing. Well, basically my typical art style with change. Okay, not change. I think I used to change my OC to fit my new art style with neck not separating and the eyes having the black part on it. But I think I stopped doing it with my general drawings for a while. Now for body, and I guess I just tried to do lots of those lines which represent scars, and in some places will be represent blood. With blades on the arms, I want them to be like freshly created, so some blood, some fresh blood there. But on the horns it's already like or it's, well, when I think Night Demon is not binary, so like no gender predestination at all. Well, Penny, well, it's a female body, but again the mind is non-binary. And to be fair, again, she's kinda dead on a walking corpse, so I guess that's kinda the case. And I guess I want to say something, but nothing much I can say. I guess whatever I did there. I guess bunch of lines, bunch of that stuff, that's like my main gimmick and what I want to go for a while. Super standard physics, with ribs and, well, ascendancy, I would say it's accidental ascendancy. With legs, I want one position of it being moving, one them being on background, and that's why I did some different things. The boots also will be teared, and actually the whole clothes is teared, like, it was freaking ripped apart. Also, I decided to give this little knife beard. Because again, I don't know. I originally was planning it, but I decided to do it. Although I would say with horns, I was kinda imagining something else. Like, I want them to be not in position that they can this way, I want them to be in this position. But if it's a knife, so it will be like super just slender line. And literally impossible to tell that it's a knife. And to be fair, with arms I did also the effect of a knife being in position of seen on the side where when they're curved, but in position where you cannot see the curvedness. So that's I decided what to do with this one. And it's super weird, I would say. Oh, okay, I would say my talking right now is pretty nice. Because again, there was a moment that I was talking and it was super horrible, where it was the moment that I was mumbling and figuring out what to say. I mean, I'm still trying to think what I want to say, but right now I'm doing a little bit more better. Now for facts, yeah, again, I think of what I want to say. For this character, I didn't come up with lots of facts. What were these characters? The facts are super not much. Because again, didn't like exactly think of back, so I just think the idea of the demon and how I want to look and how many facts I want about it. Like I was just going through this thought process of what I want to do, so I decided to do something like this. So yeah, it's pretty bloody. Although I would say for minuses, I would say the blade they're pretty bendy. Although maybe it will be the gimmick. Like they will be bendy, but they're still very very sharp. Okay, not very sharp. I would say it's just normal level of sharpness, like a nicely well sharpened blade. Like I would not say it's like can slice rocks or that stuff, but it can like leave a dent, I would say. But again, smashing the rock will also damage the blade itself. So it will require to recreate it, because the blade can get dull, so you have they have to constantly recreate it constantly to fix it up and make a meat bomb better. And for that stuff, yeah, that's what I can say. I guess, well, yeah, I just mentioned the fact that Penny died 10 years ago. Voice I already said, for body I already said it. So on this note, not much I can say, so for next character we shall go. And Yeah, it was pretty simple. The idea, pretty simple way of making it. So let's go. Continue with Lee Nozomi the Demon Summoner. Okay, so for name I just come up with word Lee and Google word. But which word I Google? I think I Google word hope and used it on a different language. Either it was Latin or something else. So for idea of the Demon Summoner, I didn't have much ideas. I was just thinking about making a very old dude with those scrolls which will he just flip and they create demons. So I tried to go with this idea, but then start to change some things, and instead of the old dude I make some slightly aged guy. Like I will not say like super old. I mean it started like super old, but now he look pretty much younger. Okay, I don't even remember what age I give him, because with most of those characters I just come up with random facts and just use them. Okay, not random. Well, yeah, some random facts, but mostly I remember the facts which doesn't require specific, like nationality, age, and the date of birth. It's a fact I can easily forget. So, just a red-robed guy who have those pockets with scrolls, and that's the way he summoned demons. Like, he rolled a scroll, summoned a demon. I would say he summoned pretty simple demons, like if I pick the strong demons, or demons with much super mind will not bloody obey him. But again, let's say those demons are bloody pain in the ass because they still kinda demonish. Like I would say those super sentient demons who can work with humans and like understand the concept of being good will not be bloody summoned by contacts. Like those demons who low level demons would be, like they simple minded, like only obeying their nature, that stuff. But again, let's say, well yeah, level jerk slash animal slash the one who just do the job. Now I think the reason why he doesn't look this old, because I would say I give him pretty well kept shoes. Most for ideas, yeah, I didn't have much, I just created a rope guy and decided to go with this one, like just adding much of details to make it look a bit nice. Like create those buckles, well okay, those zippers, those stickers which stick close together. Hershey have something the same. I did drawing of Hershey, he has something the same thing, so that's what my inspiration. Decided to give pockets because again details, because he was super pale and that not lots of details. Also give him a bunch of color variation, mostly just red and dark brownish red. Now for his personality, and I would say he's like just super calm dude and that stuff. Now for his backstory, I would just say he is a teenager who, okay, not teenager, but yeah, he's just a kid who decided to go into church, but there was specialized church which used demons for their advantage. Like I know usually church just kill all the demons, that stuff, but I sat in the universe of my dwellers, my version. So I don't think I come up with the name. Well, okay, maybe I did come up with the name, I just used in the titles or credits or that stuff, but I don't remember it right now. Well, it's just my version of Made Dwellers. Here, there's a bunch of churches and they use different methods to fight evil. Like those churches fight evil by working with evil and just using evil powers against it. Now for the skin color, okay, I would constantly say I don't have enough people of color, so I just try to figure out how to make people of colors. And also try to figure out how to make people of different nationalities, different races. Okay, let's say then I'm making those characters, I have no idea what race they will be. And if they look like some specific race, it's just purely accidental. Unless I exactly want to be exactly this race, but it's like super rarely. I just have to just make him, okay, he can look Chinese but dark skinned. Although I'm pretty sure there's people with dark skin in China. Okay, I'm not exactly saying he's Chinese. Because again, I didn't have, well okay, the beard, it's kind of stereotypical Chinese way. And plus, yeah, I don't know, he kind of does give a vibe. But I guess his race is pretty much impossible to tell. It's like, I don't know, just guess whatever he is. Whatever you see him is, whatever he will be. I personally don't see him in any race. I just see him as this demon summoner. Now here I'm showing the image and the lines got smaller and thinner and the color of the background starts slipping in inside. So I decided to color it a little bit more so the lines would be much better. But again, I will not color it all because there's like too much coloring and there's a big chance I can remove something I didn't want to be removed. Now for scrolls, I decided to give him a bunch of pockets for scrolls. Because again, in battle you want to have lots of stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure if you saw Batman belts, you pretty saw a ton of stuff in there. So I decided to give him a ton of stuff, but he doesn't have technology to freaking fit it in there. Like, he has no nanotech which can shrink up and then increase in size. Like, he just have to carry it all inside of him. He also has some of the scrolls inside of his robe. Like, there's a pocket inside of it. So there's a pocket outside and inside. And there's a small pocket on under his hood. But there's only like super dangerous scrolls and that stuff. Now for bugs I didn't come up with much of interesting stuff, I would say. Most I guess I would say makes sense, like the fact which is what exactly his purpose, what his class is, what his age is. Okay, I will not say his age exactly specific. For most characters, the age is just the age. I decided to make him 65. Like, okay, now I remember for age, I decided to just Google what can be considered a little bit aged, like a person who can be considered old age. And 65 was the first case, so I just decided to make him 65. For age, when he joined the church, I didn't want him to be like super young, but again want him to be pretty old, also 20, like 18 already legally adult and plus 2 years from there. Now the reason why he joined church, but I guess he was just a religious guy and decided to just join the church. Like plus he joined the good church. Like I know there's sometimes bad churches, but he decided to join the good church. But I think if he joined the bad, if he joined the bad church, he would totally see that it's a bad church and freaking leave. Like he have his opinion. Like I'm not saying like a completely church brainwashed guy, so he can make his own decision and how he want to deal with stuff and go against church and even leave if he want to. Like I mean, he's kinda a priest of demon summoning, but again, he mostly can do whatever the hell he wants. It's like, I guess kinda the best church ever. I guess the one that will let you do whatever the hell you want, but will punish if you do some crimes like murder and other crimes, which is thief and whatever considered a normal crime in normal society. Now I decided to go with 50 demons because, I don't know, I just want to go with number, but I think maybe 50 is not enough. But I would say maybe demons, like maybe a type of demons, like a race of demons. So maybe there's even more, just the types of demons, there's 50 will be. Now the scrolls. Oh yeah, I actually decided that he not only summoning, but he also banishing and spells. Because I like, okay man, I think I decided to go with the same idea with the next character. Because I don't want just his only gimmick being that he can just create a creature and it will go fight with him. I want to be a little bit more, like, he's specialized a little bit in more stuff. Like he can, not just a guy who summons something and just stand in the corner to wait when it's finished. Okay, I want to say he's like a fighting guy, but he like can just shove a skull in your face and it's like will burn into your face. Like Batman style, like I use gadget, I will do something like this. Also here I want to try to create his face. Also I'm trying to learn how to create character's face, but usually I didn't want to go full face, so I decided to do a little bit small version with less details. Like I didn't do these lines in which will be colored for his robe colors. Also just to do a little swirling robe style, with darkness on the sleeve and here, and little light here because I don't know, I think it will look cool, and plus again details for the character because the character is I want my character to have unique details but also not overkilling a little bit. So yeah, it's one of the nice one. Now for next one we shall go right bloody now. Okay, so for Mace hand we have a creature called Erromanus. Well, I guess for the name. So for the name I just go to Google Translation, just type the Mace and hand and use Latin again. Okay, I think the arrows is the word for mace, while manus is the word for arm. So just have to put it in this way. So again, the animal, which again with scientific name, but with a simple name, just mace hand. Like basically did what I did with mimic. Okay, with mimic I think I just used the word mimic without any scientific word for that stuff. So it's the brain eater, which is again the psycho head killer, which again a scientific name and a simple name. But I guess the name of whatever the drawing was already will be classified as his simple name. So we decided to create a species of animals. Let's say it's still an animal, really not very sentient, just an animal. So for idea I decided to go with very creepiness. Like I bloody like making creepy stuff, I'll be honest with you. So I decided to go with the creature, we look like arm, and the skull of the horse and muscle movement. Like the cut arm and those cut movement with muscles, bone is stretching out to create the head. But I would say just the illusion. Like it's not a real hand, it's not a real skull, it's just a creature which accidentally look like an arm. I mean, man, we have Pokemons where they look like objects, like bikes and that stuff. So I would say basically the same level of evolution was here. Like it's look like arm, not intentionally, just look like arm for creepiness or that stuff. So we decided to just create a normal creature, like it basically nothing weird about it. Like it's not a real flesh, it's not a monster, it's not even demon. Like I decided to go with this route. I mean there was ideas of making it a demon, but decided to go with normal or slash normal, like it can be considered normal. Now let's consider the mace head as a type of creature who like to dwell in abandoned places, or sometimes just get put into maze. Like they see the maze which been abandoned, they will start living in that. But sometimes people just take them to put them in mazes because I can see those creatures are like a nice spooky creature for mazes. Like people build mazes and then they put bunch of spells in that, creatures and that stuff. To keep the secret, so just to keep a cool looking maze. Now I would say the skull is... okay, well... I want to say it's not like a real skull, but let's say it's like something like exoskeleton, which again will bloody chomp and eat. Now for this drawing I bloody find a reference image for a horse skull, and bloody try as hard as I can to bloody draw something close to this. I would say it's still not the closest, but it's pretty nice and that stuff. Now I decided to do this head with goat ears, with the, first of all, because it kinda does look like a skull and does function like a skull, I decided to draw something like a cheek, which first of all prevent food from freaking falling out of the mouth and that stuff, so you can normally eat without any problems. And yes, that's it. Now for eyes, decided to create a pop-up eyes. I guess they can go inside of the body, but they're still kinda outside. Now the neck is like full-time rotation. I will not say it's stretchy, but it's like creating a full-time rotation. It can go anywhere. So for getting plates which is hiding in the holes and doing that stuff. Now for arms, I would say the pinky toe will function as a tail, so it's like a tail. The hands just holding like this and that stuff. Decided to draw greenish color for some unnaturalness effect, the nails, and mostly again decided to go with lots of those skin-like muscles, like it's a muscles. And again the hand separation. I would say it's not exactly a hand separation because there's no bones, but the bones is like etched on the neck, like it's like a real skin, it's just a skin which look like it's without the skin. Just red skin. I also decided to do a squarish. I recently learned the name of this tool I use for adding shadows or adding these colors. Gradient. Using gradients on the square function. Why it's called gradients? I would just call it shader. But again, me versus everyone else, yeah, I don't know. And I decided to add some gradients to add the darkness in there. I also use some gradients to add the redness in the mouse because I want the mouse to be pretty body, because again, there's a... okay, I would say he does have a tongue and he can lick his lips, but I decided to add some bloodiness in that. And plus a little bit blueness in this part of the mouse. Not sure why. I think I just want to add blueness in this side of the last, like here. But I accidentally did it here as well. Maybe not accidentally, I did it on purpose. On purpose. Yeah, no, I just don't know why I make it a little bit slightly bush. I would say it's pretty look okayish. It's okayish looking. Now for the creature, for facts it's few carnivores who eat meat, and also will leave you alone if you throw some meat. Like it will go which easier to get. Like if you throw meat, it will think, I'm not chasing you, I'm not attacking you, I will just eat this meat and leave. I mean, it's not like thinking, I would say just pure straight animal. Now, again, I did the pinky toe, and that's not a real arm. And it's also laying eggs. Because I want to be... it will be something like a platypus. I didn't even think about creating in the same family as horses. But it will be like family of horses / platypus creatures. But I decided just to make it at... motomern mammals. Now it will lay eggs, and collector will be located between index finger and middle finger. So like somewhere here, like it will lay eggs. And plus reproduce with this one, it's cloaca, it's basic function as cloaca. And for that stuff, yeah, not much can say about this creature. I guess, but I would say not those people fear this creature. It will be feared like freaking, let's say, lion. Like if you know how to handle it, you won't be scared. I mean, you will, man, depends on the situation you are, because again, like I see people who will pet the lions, but again, those people are professionals, those lions are well fed, in captivity, and they know how to treat it, and they know how dangerous can be. But I guess if you like the random guy who first see the lions, you will be bloody scared. Even if you're not in danger. I know, yeah, some lions can be dangerous, some lions cannot be in danger. Again, it's just based on the situation you're in. Now, not much can say, I guess for facts, yeah, not much can say. I mean, I didn't even add the fact about the labyrinth, that they are building their empty spaces. Well, you know, it will be one of those facts which is you hear only on the videos, so you have to watch the videos. How the hell you know about the facts which in the videos if you don't watch the videos? Like if you're a social media guy, you bloody will have no idea the reason to watch my videos. I mean, only the drawing process, but to be fair, are people interested in drawing processes? Yes, they are. Because those exist on YouTube and some of them are bloody famous. So yeah, drawing process can be interesting. It just mostly depends how you do this. I would say I'm doing it bloody okay, just okay, it's not the best on the okay. Because again, I would see lots of ways I can improve my making videos. I just have to put some effort and maybe desire. So yeah, not much can say. But again, also I would say those videos And I kind of want to be like those creators who Ben 10 creators. Like, you ask them question, they bloody answer. Like, okay, not like full-time answer, they will have those questions which is based on characters. The things you will not see in TV. Like, some interesting fact about the species, some interesting fact about the Omnitrix. Like, that's also one of the reasons I created Discord answer Q&As. Like, you can ask me questions about my characters, I will add some more information if you want. Like, some interesting fact, like some ideas I would do, and if you're bloody curious. But yeah, I will do something like this. Although there's a big chance you're skipping this part, so maybe I'll have to repeat it in the future, but close to end, close to end. So on this note, the next character will bloody go right bloody now. Adam Haddad as Armor Bond. Okay, but so with this one, I didn't exactly first understand what exactly I was supposed to be drawing, because I didn't understand the word bond. Okay, first of all, now I understand it's like a bond, like connecting that stuff. But originally I thought it would be something like armor stand, or the stand, you know, in Minecraft you can put arm in that stuff. So the first idea was to create a just magic arm which work on its own, like a golem who wearing an arm. And it would be something like armor stand. But then I Google it, and on my national language, because again I remind you that English is not my national language. And I just realized that both is a different thing. So then it's come two ideas. The one I teached and one I did. Now both those ideas come from my comics which I didn't make. Like, I have some comics idea for the characters and the plot. But the first one will be comics about the guy who magically got stuck inside of his armor. Now, I didn't want to go exactly full comics idea because I don't know, will I ever make this comics in real life or not? But you know, if I want to make it, I don't exactly put characters from the comics inside of my drawing process. So I decided to come up with a slightly different idea. Like, it will be a criminal who got punished and bloody, the suit bloody get freaking screw inside of his flesh. Like, a little bit gruesomeness, yes, bloody hell. Imagine that I do like some gruesomeness in my content. I freaking watch Chainsaw Man and I bloody enjoy it for now. A lot of people actually bloody enjoying it. People start cosplaying it for bloody hell. Well, yes. Well, man, it's not real, so it's okay to enjoy it a little bit. Just don't get hard and it will get weird. Now the second idea also comes from comics. It will be something like Artificer who got burnt and stuck inside his arm. While in my comics idea he would go complete a full-time Knight's villain, and this one turned him into hero, so I kinda make my comics heroes swap their roles in the comics. Okay, I'm not saying like they're real comics, I just saying they're not drawing. Now idea will be, it will be something like Artificer / Iron Man style guy who make the armor, which was super strong and powerful. But then he was fighting the dragons and the armor got melted inside of his skin. Like, seriously injury, but he survived. And he have to go for operation to freaking remove some armor pieces from the important part. Like, for example, the full armor piece from his mouth, some eyes, so he could see. I mean, okay, they got burned, he could see a little bit, so they will just make it a little bit more better. The arms fully removed, the joints, the groins, and yes, he still have a dick. Like, it's still there, but a little bit bent up and beat up. But it's still there. Now, originally I was thinking about adding lots of bandages, but again, I want to create the illusion of armor actually getting chipped off, like it's not broken perfectly, it's like those missed spots, added spots. Well, yeah, it will be that fun like this. So it will make it a little bit harder to add some bandages, because they will, how the hell bandages would get through those empty spaces, because this armor is like very much to his skin. So yeah, also I decided to make those armor a little bit going outside the body specs, but reminding that it's actually got melted together, so I have to actually fix this later. I think I just described it super badly, but nothing else I can say. Well, if you saw the drawing first, you bloody understand what I was talking about. Now, for body, again, I have the ideas, but not any ideas how I exactly want to do. For example, I didn't exactly have idea to remove armor from his crotch, but then I just thinking, how the hell he would poop if he have armor there, or how the hell he would pee. Then I decided to fix it by adding the tubes and the pee bag, but I decided, nah, I would just remove it constantly fully. So like, let's bloody dude go to the bathroom when he needs to. Now for bandages, I decided to make them bloody red, because again, the skin is like, those bandages were put and the skin was messed up pretty much. But again, let's say, yeah, it was a nice idea. Now I decided to add some gems. It will be some power gems which were powering his suits. Now let's say for his Artificer job, he didn't give up. Like, after he recovered, he returned to the battle. We'll make some small gadgets which he keep in his pockets, again Batman style, and plus this arm blaster which fires something. Let's say he's still pretty tough to fight. But again, let's say he did put... I originally was thinking about like making the full-time bandages, but then realized I want to add some belts and the coat piece, because again, if you're hero, you bloody have to wear codpiece for safety. Because again, Joker can punch you in the nuts anytime he bloody desire. So codpiece. I mean, if I were a hero, I thought he would wear codpiece. Again, it was one of the decisions I didn't exactly have, but then suddenly, man, it would be a nice idea. Decided to make those pockets, and what else? But his name, man, I want to make him Jewish. But after realizing what happened to him, I think it's kinda bloody mean. I know it's kinda the idea of double freaking standards. Like, for example, if I, let's say, make him white, like I would bloody do so horrible things to him. But let's say if I change his race, I bloody will not do this. I mean, kinda double standards, but again, it's like double standards, which is again, tolerance people, and some tolerance people would say bloody white people maybe deserve this. I don't bloody hell, who would say this? Well, some would say this. There's lots of people in this world, and some of them bloody weirdish. Again, I was bloody weird by making him Jewish, but to be fair, man, the reason why I make him Jewish because I have this idea in my head that I don't have enough characters of representation. And decided to add some more, and I think I choose a bloody wrong character to freaking represent. But still decided to go with this one. Well, because I bloody realized at the end. I don't mind, I can basically change his name. Although I like the name Adam. Although the name, okay, maybe I could change his last name, but I'm still not sure. We'll go with this one, we'll see what people would say. Now for I decided to go with this lines, because it's freaking melted and it's like melted not perfectly. And for personality, I would say he's pretty cocky, but still nice guy. And still I would say he don't give up, like he's still a pretty solid fighter. Now the yellow part you see on his body, yeah, his hammer was supposed to be a multicolored, but there will be this grayish and goldish, but the gold will be on the place of the eyes, and here on the shoulder pads, but it get melted, and it's like melted and into this not closely enough. Yeah, it just got melted and ruined. So for that stuff, man, not much can say. For this character, I guess he's the first technological guy. Also, I was thinking about giving him something like a robot owl, but this idea came from an original comics idea. But then decided not to do this. I mean, man, I still was going to do it, but I wanted to be on the shoulder and like be in a better position. Because it will not fit on his shoulder because he moving a bit, you know, where the owl could see it. And adding an owl which will fly next to him, I decided not to do this. And plus, you know, maybe too much detail, and plus maybe two characters will be. But no, I'll decide to add the owls. Although I would say, okay, for Armor Bond guy, so okay, I already checked what the Maid Dweller guy did for the characters, because I like checking what I did and what he did. Now, he did something like a demon who, I would say just to carry a sword, which carries swords inside of his body. But also I checked the demon summoner, and there was lots of those, they're like in battle position, they have those creatures behind them, they have this, they're interesting. Well, except for Mace Hand, I would say my idea, I like my idea much more, but again, I like my idea more. But the way he drew the Mace Hand is way better than I did mine. So like it's, okay, I'm not saying that my idea is the best, but I'm just saying in comparison, I like my idea a little bit more. And don't get this in the wrong idea. I pretty sure have the idea, man, I have the feeling that people get this in the wrong idea. He freaking drew it nicely, but again, in comparison, please understand what I'm saying right now. But again, okay, not much can say. So for about the drawing, eyes, man, okay, first of all, I checked a bunch of references drawing about the burnt people, and then usually I see the burnt people, they usually have those eyes shut in. Okay, I saw some guy with open eyes and they were pretty fine-ish. But I decided to go fine-ish eye, a little bit more radiance and those infection on the eyes. Because again, he can't just bandage the eyes so he will not see. But they just give him a bunch of medicine like those eye droppings which will bloody pick the situation a bit better. Now for arm effect, I decided to draw this little chip of armor, but I guess it's not easy to tell that it's chip armor. Just a triangle with a dragon inside of it. For dragon, I decided to draw just my simple dino, but minus the red eye, because I didn't want to color it. And for effects, again, the corp for, well, not, it's a gear for the fact that he's artificer, and the gun on his this thing, so you could tell that he still have a weapon. But again, it's a fact which you can only know by me talking during my videos. So you have to watch my videos to know some interesting fact about the characters. If I have some interesting fact about the characters. Okay, most I would think I'm just talking about the characters but not the drawing process. Almost because man, I come up with the idea of what I want this character backstory to be or what I want the interesting fact about him to be. But for drawing processes, man, usually I just cannot tell what I have in mind. Usually just going this simple, so bloody hell nothing I can say at all. So, bloody hell, don't have much to say, so let's just go to the... Oh, okay, actually, for one, the drawing fact, I decided to draw lots of those hashtags on the bodies. But I'd say the best hashtag is on the mouth part. The other places I just maybe overkilled a little bit. But on this note, for the next drawing, we shall go right bloody now. Now, Beth Labirint as my shaman. I think we all know what Labirint is, but for now I decided to go simple like it's just because that thing came up to my mind. Now for your ideas, I want to create not a magic shaman who do magic stuff with Labirint. I just want to create a builder who build those mazes or maintain them. Now so Beth inherited her father's business in maze building and that stuff, but again she was not a maze builder, so well yes, she was not a good maze builder, and she was pretty young. I don't remember how much made her young, but she was pretty young when she get this maze. Now the business slowly dropped because mostly I cannot build a maze, so I can maintain your maze or add some more creatures to your maze, like let's say magic creatures or living creatures, or maybe make a trap. I can do this, but again she is not very experienced, so it will be problematic for her. But she's slowly learning and slowly getting reputation of her father business back up. Now here I was drawing her breast and it was like the bloodiest, hardest part ever. Because I often don't draw breasts. If I do, it will be either too big, either too small. I don't know breast at all, maybe just bodied girl I make. But here I try to bloody figure out how to make it look nice, because first of all I want to do this cut. Like your clothes have this cut and you can see small lines of the breast. But I couldn't manage how to do this, so I decided to go with my normal style, but again, either too big, either too in the wrong place maybe. Yeah, it was a job to figure it out. I watched a bunch of reference images in the internet. Lots of things I see and bloody hell I like it. Some of them even binge watched. So yeah, for idea, again mostly for clothes it will be this combo suit with those pockets with stuff, and there will be a little drawing of the rabbit which I did. The boots, I also want the combat suit to go on her feet, like on this part of the leg. You know when you wear super long pants, the part of the pants go here, and you're just working on your pants, getting them dirty and that stuff. Although it depends where you walk. I mean, when you walk on the soggy ground, it will be bloody hell dirty as hell. Talking from life experience. So yeah, positioning, man, I kind of want to show that she is still not experienced. She will look at the map and not understanding the stuff. Try to do those arm switches on the body and, well, you like this, like I want to do recently. Okay, not recently, but man, I'm trying to draw arm switches on the body more often right now. Now for stuff, I think she will be basically the same scroll user slash hammer slash that stuff. Mostly maintaining, like feeding the creature, checking the spells, loading some new spells. Basically just this stuff, like no longer building mazes, because now the maze building is not her job, because again she is now a completely okay man. She cannot build a maze because it's bloody complicated, like build a maze, like she will not be up to this. So maintaining, and that's now will be the new motto of the company. I also decided to draw her dead, but you will see him a little bit more later. Now for her, I bloody like the way I did her head, because it's so unique. I think I never did head like this. Although when I draw heads, it usually my random idea slash me just doing something random. With her, I think I did her eye proportion a bit more weirdish, or maybe because I did this effect of her bloody sconting, or that's how you call it, sconting? Yes, sconting. Maybe because it's worked this way, but man, I like her shape of head. It's so unique to me. Now for map, I decided just do a map effect, which I also like to do sometimes. Well, not sometimes, I try to learn how to do this. Little back with stuff, because again, nothing can fit in her pouch, because it's a small pouch, so lots of stuff will be in her bag. But once she's not the type of person who will carry a bunch of stuff in case I need it. He first will check what she needs, and then bloody grab it. Now she's to draw her dead, first I'll try to recreate the same skull shape. But I guess I just make him chubby. Well, chubby bloody hell, I bloody like doing chubby. Now again, the scrolls, man, I bloody like doing those scrolls where... Oh yeah, I like doing Batman. With Batman having his gadget, but instead of gadget will be magic. I draw the scroll with letters in it, but I would say it's pretty hard to tell. I think it's more like a ruler, look like a ruler. Just decide to draw the small knife, because I guess she will have a knife and sometimes creatures have to be killed. Like imagine if she meet a mace head but she have no food. Okay, I doubt it will be this case. I think she's like very cautious when it comes to this stuff. I need to get some water, but... yeah, we'll get some water. Well, what I didn't say. At 17 she inherits her father work, inherited her father work. Not pretty good right now, but getting better. The weapon... weight mazes, make maze for you. And enchant them as well. Well, it as well. Man, I think I should as well. I'm still not sure about mono, and to her text I usually not sure to say exactly, and I think I have some unnatural method of writing text. Again, for obvious reason. Yeah, if you heard the name will be Wade. Because again, Wade and... okay, I bloody like the name Wade. Like, I'm bloody like saying it, it's such a cool name. I bloody like it. Beth! Which one of those just random names I can figure out? Like, when I think about the names, it just... I think the most common name ever. Yeah, I think Beth is a pretty common name. I'm not sure exactly where. Probably in America. I mean, man, Beth is a character in Rick and Morty and Slash. Okay, I don't need other Beths, but it's a character in Rick and Morty. Sorry. For other stuff, yeah, nothing much can say. I guess she ended up pretty nicely. First of all, I did her hair. I like the way I also did her hair, like some messy hair with a little bow tie. It's like and it kept elements of Reagan. Well, maybe Reagan type personality, like the one who work hard. Yeah, work hard. But so she does not hate, well, okay, she kinda hated, but Slash proud of father trusts her. But she would like to go on the break. Now I just had to inherit the business because he retired. That's a dangerous word, but I think I said it right. At least I hope I said it right. But it's right there, so you know what word I'm talking about. Because I didn't want to kill him, but also want to do the inheritance thing, so I would say... okay, I have no idea how the hell inheritment work. But it will work in this way in my universe of Maid Dwellers. For the freaking plot's sake. So, on this note, not much can say, so for next one we shall go right now. Okay, so last Maid Dweller for today is Toivo Williams. Why I named him Toivo, I bloody don't even remember. Okay, I probably named him Toivo after googling some name meaning hope. And it belongs to some nationality I don't bloody remember. Williams I just choose again the same way as Bell, but reverse. His last name is just random pick. As Bell Wizard. Now for Bell Wizard, I kinda give up and didn't have much ideas. Because first of all, in my head I have basically the same design as the Demon Summoner and Bell Wizard. I have them in the same design. So I would think about them in the same design. But then again, I draw Demon Summon a bit different. I will not draw my Blizzard Bell in the same way. Plus it was a moment and I kinda got tired a little bit, so I just had to say, screw this, I'm just gonna make some draws more in the priest outfit. Well, this one didn't go with full priest outfit to this white stuff on his neck because I didn't want to go religious stuff. I mean, man, I do church, but like, I do church which is cartoony church, not like a real church. Like, I mean, there's religion which is... oh, the great light, and there's a religion which is Jesus Christ and slash other people, so like I didn't want to go full biblical. So I decided to, well, I mean, it will be similar white line slash blackness with some gold patches. But then I was doing this, I just thought something like a priest with the bells and he will be hot like this. Simple design with simple hair, just simple, just more. But the more I was doing it, the more things come up to my mind. And the more I start thinking about what the hell I want to do. So I decided to, first of all, give him no shoes, like he walk barefoot. He will be in this black robe with white lines, and then again details on the whiteness where the whiteness will be. Did this cool effect with arms, like the arms doing something like this. And when I'm just twinkling the bells. Now again, give him a very deep pocket where he will keep his belt. Decided to give him the belt in which one there will be pockets full of belts. And for belts, and I guess he will be just like the scrolls but in the ring form. Like there will be bells which create shield, the bells which create fire and you freaking swing them, and the bells which just protect or do some magical effects. And plus there will be some bells bones. Like there will be this little circle of bells which he can throw and which will freaking explode. And for that stuff, not much more details. I guess he also the church, but the church which is use type of magic to freaking protect people. Now because I did his eyes, I switched his eyes and they look pretty nice, so I decided to change his skull position the way he will be looking, because most of my characters always look this way. Decided to make him look somewhere here, with separation like on the neck. Because I think the invisible did this. Like invisible, they have the neck separated from the head with a line. But sometimes when the character is turning, or like this, there will be no line. Like let's say, if I were drawing my neckline would start only somewhere here. But here there will be no neckline and they will just color in together. Now for effects, he only wear underwear beneath his clothes, because some funny effects I want to do. Also did him orientation, I decided to him more ace. But because most of my character's orientation, it's a thing I like to think about, but I usually don't include it as much as interesting facts, like bloody hell. If I include orientation as a fact, it's other... I really want to include orientation as a fact, but mostly I don't consider orientation as a very interesting fact about the characters. I mean, to be fair, man, I think it's very interesting facts for the character, to be fair. I kind of would say that Beth Labirint is kinda lesbian to my eyes. I would make her lesbian. But I didn't include that as a fact because, well, mostly because I mentioned a bunch of sex writing and I could put the fact that she's a lesbian. Like maybe in this box. Maybe I will put it, maybe I will think about it. Yeah, you know what, I'm freaking putting this flag and say... Well, yeah, you bloody have to figure it out. I have no place where to put text. If I do, it will be bloody small. Yeah, I'm freaking adding this fact as well. But, yeah. Yeah, I did this fact. It's a nice fact. For Adam, I think he will be simple heterosexual. Erromanus is freaking animal. Nozomi is heterosexual. And Ras'Thera is, I think, asexual as well. So it's also a nice fact, but yeah, it's a demon. I think it's kind of obvious. And I think it doesn't bloody matter. Well, in his case. Although, yeah, bloody hell, I also added this fact as well. So you will also see the version with the fact I added. So yeah, lots of facts. So if I didn't say it in this part previously, it's when I have to watch this video till the end and I bloody start talking about the orientation and that stuff. So watch my video fully to understand what the hell, why I didn't talk about this or what else. What about else? Now I guess nothing much can say about Adam, so... Let's check what everybody else did today. And how much we left. Well, we left with some number of characters, like for example, I already started making some ideas for these characters, but again it won't be a series which I continue right after this one, then we cut the date past, because I do have some other projects and some other desires I have to do for my works. So now we see how much we have. God, I wish it was not Greek numbers because I can't read those. Yeah, let's just bloody... It was cheap GP. Hope you like those drawings. I would say... Yeah, I don't even know which I like. I mean, that was simple, but in simple way, I enjoy very much. Now, this was a nice, interesting drawing process, and I hope I will continue. I will totally continue. I have to finish it. I will finish it and then let it go. But for now, bloody hell, I have no idea what to say at the final first. I guess I can just say like, share, subscribe, do that stuff, and everything else, and go to my social media, go to my other two channels for gaming and reaction, because I have those as well, and also have Patreon, where you can watch my early access to my reaction, gaming, and even drawing. Like, you can see those drawings way before than I upload it on YouTube, and way before I upload it on the social media. Again, each one costs them each amount of money. You can see it on Patreon. Also special on Discord, where you can ask me questions, and plus ask me questions about characters. If you have some ideas about the characters you want to ask me away. I will come up with an interesting fact about them. Like, I don't know, which nationality. Okay, nationality is probably the thing I cannot say. I don't know, if you're interested in some more about the characters, so you have some thoughts you want to prove or not, you can go ask me that. And other stuff, let me say, have a nice day, roll the end screen, bye bye.